I'm sitting here wondering. My mother had 9 children like old Yansi. The difference is we all alive. She would have had 10 children, but she said it was my fault that my brother is not alive today. So it would be 10 of us. It would be me, my older sister, then it would be my brother that would have been here after me. Now, when it comes to my mother and my grandmother, I can't really go deep into their relationship. But as far as their relationship on how we were treated, and I can't speak for all my siblings. I only can speak for us up until a particular point of life. But I would go to my grandmother. I used to wish to be over there more, spend the night more, and I guess we were so bad and just bad children. But personally, for me, I would, like I said, I would want to go over. Let me rephrase that. And I would always get in some trouble, I guess, because I was too bad, I guess. My cousin just told me the other day, which I heard it before, but they said they used to have to chain me up. Literally put a chain on me to stop me from running around, tie me up, tie me down. My nickname Speedy. They said I wouldn't stop moving around. I was one of them children. Said that my father punched my mom in the stomach before I was born. And they didn't think I was gonna be here. Said that's how hard that she had to receive this punch from my father. Now, when he was talking, I said, man, I remember that damn punch. And I started talking about my Uncle Earl. But he was talking about my father. They have the same name. But I didn't know that he was talking about my dad. And my Uncle Earl walks up, and this is, I was telling some people I was speaking with live, and I was telling them like, yeah, man, I can remember certain shit when I was like 5 months, like my uncle punching me when my mother had me on her lap. And I said, I remember, the candles being lit, dark room. And when the door opened, I can, this is what happened. I watched him come in the room. I'm like 5 months years old. I said 5 months years. Don't shut up. But I'm like 5 months old. So I called my mother, and I'm telling her the story, and she was blown back that I could remember it. And I said, yeah, I remember when Uncle Earl punched me. And I was, you were braiding my hair, because my hair was real long when I was a child. And, my mom would just braid my hair at 5 months. And they used to, I don't know, man, brother and sister, I guess, just getting into it. And the door opens, it's dark as hell. She's braiding my hair, it's dark. And he walks up, and I'm looking at him and shit. I'm 5 months, and the nigga just threw a punch and shit, and she like, you punched my goddamn baby, and he said it was so black in the room that he didn't think it was nothing right there, so he just punched. Now my uncle had been punched and did this shit all my life. And just to show you something about spell work. Like I said, I figured, I remember, like I just told him, I said, man, she had candles lit and shit and everything, man. What I remember. It's like some type of ritual is how I felt this shit. And I'm not saying this is what was there, but this is what I remembered. And then, every time I would see my Uncle Earl to make me tougher, I guess he would punch me and shit. I don't fucking know. But I always had this deeper knowing all my life. Like, this is some real shit. It's a sense about myself that I have never ever lost. And it's about this goddamn knowledge. Of just knowing, like I just be knowing. Just able to see shit. But I'm blinded by like love and shit. But anyway, my Uncle Earl punching me all my life, it always reminded me of that day when I was like 5 months old. I would never forget because of the punch that he would, it was in the same goddamn spot. I'll never forget it. So I wasn't supposed to make it here a few times from what I've been hearing. And I'm a Sagittarius, ever expanding, the philosopher, etc. My wife is Fortune herself. I've been in a lot of good luck charms in my life. People will just come get me and take me to the casino and shit. Ain't that something? My stepdad would always keep me with him. I'm talking about the car would never flip over. All the accidents, and we just was always straight. I've saved so many lives with these hands. And this is before I was laying hands on people thinking I'm Jesus at the time. Because all my life I thought I was Jesus. When I really learned about Christ, I thought that I would eventually run into one of the saints or run into the saints. I couldn't wait to meet the 12. Because when I first read the book, it was so fucking real. I don't know if anyone ever went through that, but I'm talking about a kind of reality to the point where I can feel that they are walking the earth type of shit. And this is why I came into the learning when I was being taught by Anpu, which is Anubis, about us being the law of attraction, the law of correspondence. We are the law of gender and the law of vibration and, all of the different laws, but we are the laws itself, walking the earth. And I learned that the energy, it can't be created or destroyed, but it only is able to be transformed. Even your cosmic vessel, your spirit, it has to meet its matter and become a thing, which is the physical self, the vessel itself, to get the full experience of that which is the universe and the multiverses themselves. So I was just always one of those types of children and child that I just knew things. I would see the angels, I would see ancestors. They would talk with me and deal with me and scar the shit out of me and make sure I was straight. And I didn't tell people because I didn't want nobody to think I was losing my goddamn mind. But now, I don't want to hear